morning, everybody. Welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV here in Frederick, Colorado. My name's Taylor, and today we're going to be going over a 2025 Winnebago Navion. This one is the 24R. So if you guys aren't familiar with that one, it kind of resembles the floor plan of an Echo. But it's going to be a little bit bigger and a little bit more luxurious. So it's going to have the same twin beds in the back that convert into a king size bed to make it nice and comfortable. And then we do have that nice garage space. So those are the two things I wanted to point out in the beginning of this video, but let's go ahead and check out the rest. Alrighty, starting over here, we have our stylized rims and wheels. These are the LT 215/85 R16s. And then we have our Winnebago running board with two little tie downs on either side. As we bring the camera up here, we have the big truck mirrors with the blinker on the inside. And then we have the bunk overhead here. So we have another sleeping space up above. Because of this, it's gonna be a rear wheel drive, but we do also have the option of an all-wheel drive on this one as well. So you would just have to opt out of getting the bunk overhead, but just to let you know, there is an option for an all-wheel drive as well that is similar to the Echo. All right, as we slide over here, we just have our main door with the whole tinted window here. And then we have our dual pane windows with that high R value to kind of help with the insulation as well. And I love them just because they have that blackout screen as well as a bug screen, and they completely open up so you can really bring that outdoors inside. Right over here is just our Truma AquaGo. Very tried and true. That's going to be for our hot water. And directly below that, we have our first storage compartment. We have our battery disconnect to the top right, and then the lower right there is going to be that inverter disconnect, so you can completely shut down everything in there. No stagnant power going around when you go ahead and store it up when it's not in use. Don't want to miss over the outlets right here for some charging. Almost forgot that one. And then you do have a little plug in here if you wanted to go ahead and plug in an exterior TV. All right, this big thing over here, nothing too crazy. It's just going to be your sensor. So that's going to be your blind spot monitoring system there. So it will let you know if anyone is in that blind spot. And then we just have your Suburban heater right here, which is on. So it's blowing nice and warm for us. And I'm just going to go ahead and open up all three of these doors. Again, similar to that Echo, just so you can kind of see. All right, now you can kind of see me from the other side here. This one is a little bit taller. I'm not sure exactly wider. If it's something that is interesting you, I could go ahead and measure that for you. But as you can see, it doesn't have that big bubble that the Echo has as well. So overall, this storage space is just a little bit bigger than the Echo. Given that it's a little bit longer, Winnebago was able to do that. But you also do have some input connections on this side, connecting for charging, and then also an extra solar port right over here. So you have just a nice little charging station over here where you can get things going from the outside. And then you do have a little, you can keep it closed so nothing comes in, but when you do want to have things charging, you go ahead and sleek it through this hole here and close it off, so you just don't keep any rodents out of here as well. And then you do see the little heater outlet over here, so you can kind of keep this garage space as warm as possible as well. Alrighty, now I'm just going to close this up so we can take a nice back shot of the rear. So we have our backup camera right up top here. Another cool thing is we have in the rear view mirror, there's a camera too. A lot of customers been coming in asking when that was going to happen, so they don't have to do it aftermarket. This one does have that. It personally makes me feel a little bit more comfortable going down the road, so you can see exactly behind you. So I love that they finally did that. Down below here, we just have our hitch. It's going to be a 5,000-pound towing capacity with a 500 vertical weight. And then, of course, we do have that pre-wire for the brake lights. If you wanted to go ahead and tow a smaller vehicle, you have the option of doing so. Up on that roof, we do have two solar panels. They're going to be 120 watt each. In addition to our AC unit, which is 15,000 BTUs. We have our nice little night light, I like to call it, for outside, so you can kind of heat up this wet bay here. We do have our outdoor shower right here. We awkwardly put it back on here. And then the button is just located inside here, so you can turn it on and off, as well as to that water pump. And then we have our gray waste drain. You'll just go ahead and pull that here. And then similar to the black one as well, go ahead and pull that. And then you have the dump right below here is where you will put your slinky on for those dump hoses. As far as for the fresh water, it is 35 gallons. Our black is 47 and then our gray is 46. Your black flush inlet is gonna be right here. Whoops, and then your fresh water inlet is right there, and directly across from that, sorry, we have our 30 amp shore power cord. Let's see if I can open it, it's just so cold. Anyways, it's just gonna be a 30 amp shore power cord. You have your little RL, and I'm forgetting what the last letter is, but it's just to let you know that you do have a healthy charge, similar to the Revel and the Echo and many other Winnebago products, but that is going to be the same as well. And then we just have another sensor for that other side. Another storage compartment here. To the right is just going to be for those automatic leveling jacks, the HWH. So with the push of a button, you can level out the coach. And then we do have our propane on board, which is going to be, let me double check what that is. So our LP is going to be just over 50 pounds. All right, sliding over here, we have that huge lithium ion battery here. So you have a total of two. One's in the back here, and then you have that lithium ion battery pack upgrade. And then you have just go ahead and reset it. It's this nice little blue button here. So if it's a cold morning like today and you wanted to come pick up your RV from storage, you just want to make sure you're going to go ahead and reset, because they do go in to a power safe mode. So this button is a lifesaver, just holding that down for about 3 seconds. It's blue right now. It'll go ahead and flash blue again, so you can kind of wake up everything inside of the coach. All right. Whoops. All right, we're gonna go ahead and pop the hood. I forgot to unlock the door, 1 second. Alrighty, apologies there, but here is that driver's side. We have the upgraded seats, so that's why it's the lighter color leather, which is great during the summer. And then everything, you'll have all the luxurious items as far as the electric lumbar here, and your seats. You have up to 3 memories for the seat, and then you have heated seats as well, which is great, especially this time of year. And then your diesel fuel is going to be right here. It has a nice little cover here, which also is going to be locked when the door's locked. All right. All right, go ahead and pop the hood. Alrighty. So I mentioned earlier that this is the rear wheel drive Mercedes Sprinter. So this is the 2-liter chassis, high output turbo diesel 4-cylinder engine, 9-speed automatic transmission with overdrive. And then you do have the 250 amp alternator, which you have a secondary dual alternator in there as well to kind of help charge those batteries while you're going down the road. But again, if you guys are already familiar with Mercedes, you have your DEF fill right here, and then your coolant, windshield wiper fluid. Everything is, I always say it, from within hand's reach, so you don't really need too much going on here to kind of get things done. But yeah, if you'd like to, you have the option of doing so. Alrighty, now we're going to go ahead and work our way on the inside. You do have a nice little screen door here. I tried to black out most of the blinds as I could so you could really take in what the interior color looked like. But as you enter, to the right of you have your fire extinguisher. And then I'll just go ahead and let you guys come inside, and I'll close the door and I'll go over this big control panel that's also to the other side of us. Alrighty. So another cool thing that Winnebago did is had this big, nice little touchscreen up here. So once you go ahead and turn on the power, I'm gonna go down here just to show you. We have our little power, our coach battery disconnect. Once you go ahead and turn that on, it is gonna take a second for everything to slowly start powering on, but this is your leveling jacks too. They converted to a touchscreen right over here. And then we just have our lighting controllers. And then finally we get up to here. So once it turns on, it's going to give you a few little overviews of what's going on in your coach. It's kind of like a mini co-pilot that's always with you, which I love just because if you're someone like me and troubleshooting technology just really drives you up the wall, this is kind of awesome because it gives you a peace of mind, like you have confirmation that something's wrong. It's not just, user error. So I love how it will kind of show you everything that's going on right now. It's just talking about our pet range. If you are a pet lover and you have pets, it's kind of awesome. You can go ahead and set a temperature range. So for a low temperature and a high temperature, and it'll automatically notify you from your phone if you're outside of that temperature zone. So you can come in your coach and kind of help out your pets, take them out if you need to, or you can go ahead and change the settings from your phone, as in turning on your generator or anything like that. So that was just a nice little overview. Now we can go into all the tabs here. As you see, it's only about 1.5 screens. When we go into our lights, one thing I did want to show you, I know it's just lights configurations, but see how all of them are set to different percentages? We have a few at 100, the lounge in the rear is at 80. Something that's really cool is you can go ahead and dim each light so you can have it to its brightest or its lowest setting. And then you can also set up to 3 different configurations. So if you want one in the morning, afternoon, and at night, as the temperature, as the sun is changing its direction and so forth, you can kind of have already 3 overviews set. So you can go to 2, it'll automatically change whatever was set. So see, someone was kind of messing around with it. It turned off more than half of the lights, which also helps save for battery power. So I kind of like how they automatically did that. Alrighty, I'm gonna go back here. And we could just do an overview of our water systems. As you can see, it gives us a percentage as well as letting us know the gallons. Right over here, we can turn on and off that macerator, our water heater, water pump, and then those tank heating pads. Our awning. There you go. Here, it's just giving us that caution. You have to authorize that you understand, but you have the lighting in here as well as the retract and extend. Here is that pet minder. So again, it will send you a text message to your phone letting you know that it's about to get out of whatever ranges you set it to. Our energy management system here, so when we're plugged into shore power, it'll let us know how many watts are coming in, as well as with our solar, and then right now what the usage is. So I have that heater on, it's letting me know how much wattage I'm using as well. And then we have our inverter that we can turn on and off from here as well. Again, just for the climate control, I like how it just says heat, cool, fan, super plain and simple. You can go ahead and set the temperature for each, but keep in mind you do have to keep this little green bubble it's on. I don't want to turn the heater off right now just because it's pretty cold, but if you turn that off, it'll completely turn everything on. But the moment you turn it back on, whatever settings you had it on before, it'll automatically just start doing that as well. And then you just have your galley vents up here, your fan speed, and then your bathroom vent as well. And it will give you the indoor temperature right now, which is at 49. And then here we go for our slide out. So it's just giving us a warning as well as letting us know that we understand that there's nothing in the way, no parts that will be pinched or cut when you're opening the slide. So let's go ahead and just say I understand here. And it's letting us know that we're disabled because we need the ignition on. So we'll just go ahead and I'm going to turn on that chassis, make sure our parking brake is on, and then I'm going to open that slide for it. Yeah. There we go. Perfect. Alrighty, before I go ahead and open up the slide, I always like to show how much living space is actually, present before you open up that slide. So as you can see, you have plenty of floor space here, plenty of living space. So if you wanted to go pull over for the night and take a nap, you have the bed is already completely open. There's no slides back here. It's only this little wall right here from the front of that shower back. So as you can see, you could still use the kitchen, you could still sit on your couch, and you could still open the refrigerator. But I'll go ahead and open that up now. Alrighty, sorry, my finger was so cold it kind of stopped doing it for a little bit. All right. Okay, so now that you can see, we have our slide nice and out. It pretty much doubled in space. We do have 2 options here where you can put your little table, which I'll go ahead and grab to show you really quick, just so you can kind of see the size. Here we go. So super easy. You can either have it right here and you can put the leg in, or you can have both chairs swiveled here and you can put it right here. And I mean, if you wanted to, you can order another one of these from Winnebago, so you can kind of have both of them open here to comfortably sit up to 4 people. But this coach is kind of made, you know, for about 2 adults and maybe a kiddo or 2 for that bunk overhead. But yeah, let's go ahead and finish up in the rear here so we can talk about this master bed we got going on. Whoops, watch your head. All right, so again, similar to the Echo, we have the twin bed set up, but once we use this to kind of fold this middle space, it turns into a king bed. And then you have this nice little plastic cover here, so once it is in the twin bed setup, if you wanted just to lounge around back here, because unlike the Echo, you actually do have a TV back here. So it's kind of nice if you do have kids or grandkids coming along with you, you can get them set up back here with their snack and a drink and put on a movie, all things to make little kiddos happy. So I kind of love that. This little thing, just in case you're wondering, is just the windshield covers, kind of blacks it out for you, and they are nice and insulated, so I like that. But another thing that's super awesome is Winnebago did the storage up above all the way around. So as you can see in most floor plans, you'll just have these 2 cupboards back here to kind of for storage. They kind of wrapped all the way around to enhance as much storage as possible because they know that's really important for people that are camping. And then even in the corners, they didn't really put a cover, but they put this nice bungee cord so you can really stuff things in there too, and you don't have to worry about them rolling out. And sorry, I'll put this one down so you can have a little bit better of an angle, but I love the latches here is going to kind of seems a little bit more secure. Just like right now, I'm like really trying to make it rattle, honestly, because these are one of the biggest things that are always rattling going down the road. So I love this new latch that they started doing in here. It's pretty much noise proof. And then we have the nice carpeted inside, and then this one is kind of like a plasticky material, so just kind of keep in mind if you do put anything over here that is hard, you'll probably have a little bit of knocking. But it's just far as the hinges and all that, they're very tight and latch really nice. We just have our nice little night lights here, as well as some charging on either side. So you have some USB, a 12 volt, endless charging supplies. Okay, that is just the light for your night light. I'm used to the little button here. So now they just switched to a little latch, but you do have charging on that side as well. And I like the nice little, you know, backboard here for that bed to kind of enhance everything. All right, I'm just gonna move this out of the way so I could show you the drawers. Another popular thing, having that just extra storage underneath the bed here. So you have drawers on either side. Another little accent that I really like is all their covers. They did the little Winnebago accent pop-outs, as well as this black one here. And then you have some more charging. And then your breakers are directly below that. But I mean, pretty deep, pretty long drawers. And then I'll go ahead and show you the more storage underneath here. So it's a lot deeper and wider than the Echo, if that's what you're familiar with. We have your hanging rod right over there as well. Alrighty. You do have 2 little hooks here so you can hang a curtain, so you can get some privacy here to close that off at night. And then all of your lighting configurations are back here as well. So I just turned off, you can't see, sorry, but I just turned off the kitchen lights. Even though you do have that big control panel with all the lights, you do have regular switches throughout the whole coach too. So if ever in a pinch you need to turn the lights off, you don't need to walk all the way in front of the coach to kind of turn them off. So I just wanted to mention that. Alrighty, so this door is over here. I'm going to block you, so I'm going to do this one first. And this is that bathroom conversion. I know it's going to kind of block me off now. but it's pretty comfortable, kind of getting away from that wet bath setup, which a lot of people aren't a big fan of. Some people are, some people aren't, but having this option inside the size of a coach is kind of nice. You still have a medicine cabinet, all those good things. Sorry. And then you still have the window in here as well. Some more storage up above. So I know the Echo, I know I keep bringing that up, but you have that swinging door that will cover up the toilet so it doesn't get wet. This is kind of nice because you don't have to worry about anything ever really getting wet. You don't have to worry about a swinging door. You have a macerator for the toilet, and you have a black tank. So this is kind of similar to the Echo if you love the floor plan, but it's really a big step up. Alrighty, I think I pretty much showed you everything as far as there's one more storage directly underneath the sink, and then I'll go ahead and open up this medicine cabinet just so you can kind of see that. But I love all the gray gold accents as well as the matte black. It's very residential, nice and clean. Alrighty, now we're just gonna go ahead and show you the shower. Oops. All right, so you have a nice little shower there. You do have the little shower curtain that you can also put out too, so you don't have to worry about the wooden door getting, wet. It's just kind of nice being able to completely close that door and give yourself some privacy. And then of course you have your little towel racks inside of here as well. But very clean and comfortable. And it splits it in two, so if someone needs to use the restroom while you're taking a shower, they don't really have to wait on you. Alrighty, now we're gonna come back into the kind of the living room space, but we're gonna just start off with the kitchen. Right over here is gonna be our water pump switch, as well as some more light switches. This is just a sensor for our heater and AC to kind of make sure in every corner or section of the coach it's all going to be the same temperature. And then we do have a slide out controller right here. So I know I did it from the touchscreen, but if the touchscreen is ever giving you, a fits, you have actual buttons to kind of convert to as well, which gives me a nice little peace of mind as well. We have our Insignia TV here. I believe this is a 32-inch, but you have that is on a nice little hinge with the Bose system, so you can go ahead and take it out and move it where you would like. Down below here, we just have our single sink here with our matte black faucet that does extend here, which is nice and helpful to clean those larger items. Right here we just have a charging station, a little dock station that you can push down to, stow away so it's not in the way, or you can go ahead and just pull it up one by one if you want, so you can kind of just plug something in and then put it back away. But I love having that. I haven't really demonstrated the windows just yet, so here is that blackout screen. I was just trying to leave out the outside light here so you can get the best color picture on the camera here, but those are the black out screen as well as the bug screen that I love. Something that they've kept in the Navion for a long time is one being the true induction and then one being the propane. This is just awesome having the best of both worlds in this scenario, just because if you are plugged in and you have unlimited power, then why not just go ahead and use the induction? But if you are camping in the middle of nowhere and you want to save your electricity, your power, then you can go ahead and just use the propane. But it's kind of nice having the both. Now we're going to go ahead and get into our storage down here. We just have 3 drawers. Again, they're all the same little latch mechanism here, which is nice. And then we have storage directly underneath the sink. All right. Go ahead and close those up. And then of course we have that Greystone microwave, as well as some extra counter space here that you can go ahead and latch up to if needed. Alrighty, little blackout screen too for that door, and then we have a little cubby, which is perfect for dog leashes or even keys, anything where you just want to shove right there so you can grab right when you walk out of the door. And then of course something we talked about in the front in the beginning of the video, the bunk overhead, so you could sleep up to 2 up here if you'd like. You do have your own charging as well as windows on either side to get some nice pass-through breeze, a ladder that is collapsible that you go ahead and latch onto here. But again, if you wanted the bunk overhead, you can't get the all-wheel drive chassis. It has to be something that you have to eliminate. So if you wanted that option, you just have to be okay with not having the bunk overhead. But it's kind of nice. You could flip that up so you can kind of get into, you know, the cockpit area nice and gracefully. But I don't want to forget to this side of our tour here, we just have our nice little theater seats. Let's see if my hands are warm enough for the configuration. Here we go. I did it. So you have theater seats. It's kind of weird in here because it's not really a button. It's just kind of like a silver little dial here, and then the heat of your hand helps you extend or retract. They go back pretty far. I'm not going to do that just because I already feel like a marshmallow in this jacket, so I'm not going to lean all the way back, but you can. It is, you know, I call it nap approved, but it's up to you. And then of course we have those storage areas up above with reading lights on either side as well. And then we have our 12-volt fridge right over here and freezer. So nothing too crazy about that. And that's pretty much going to wrap it up for our living area. So let's go hop up front. Alrighty. So we already have the chassis running because I had to turn it on to open up that slide. So we have our LED dash front and center here, letting us know what our fuel mileage is and letting us know that our oil level is good to go. Everything on this side is going to control the dash in front of me. Everything on this side is going to control our touchscreen up here. And then if you aren't familiar with Mercedes, it's kind of like a truck toggle. You do down for drive, up for reverse. You push this little middle button in to put it in park. And we have our push start. If you are familiar with Mercedes, you just have your phone, your navigation, radio, media, more information on everything up here as far as for speedometers and whatnot. And then we have our Mercedes apps and then more settings just for the vehicle. So we have our quick access, just turn on and off our lane detection. So if you don't want it to keep you in the lanes and kind of, you know, notify you when you're going out of the lanes, you can turn that off there. We have our traffic sign assist, our active lane keeping assist, our active brake assist, as well as attention assist and that blind spot assist. As far as the vehicle, just the acoustic locks, our automatic door lock, and then the gas station search. Some lighting configurations, and then more as far as the settings. But as we go down here, we just have push of a button. It'll take us for that rear view mirror. One button here, which will take us to our telephones. Button here for navigation, as well as radio and map. This one is going to be the navigation that's already built into the Mercedes. If you are uploaded to Android or CarPlay, it's not going to take you to yours. It'll only take you to the one that's built in. Our volume, another button just to kind of go back to that home page. So these are just kind of, again, if the touchscreen is giving you a fit, so you have these buttons here to kind of make sure it's working. Down below here, we just have our heating and AC, and then of course you need to know where those hazard lights are. 2 cup holders, different sizes, and then our emergency brake, which is down here. We do have some storage here, as well as another one, which some more charging on the inside, and then more cup holders on either side, as well as some additional storage directly above here, perfect for maps and other things, as well as more lights and SOS buttons up here. And then of course what I was mentioning earlier is our digital mirror, which is awesome. And then you just have the little overdrive in case you need to see anybody, you know, any of the kiddos that are buckled behind you. You still have the option of doing that as well. Alrighty, but this is pretty much it for our whoopsie. Go ahead and grab this for you because I forgot to mention how long it is. So it's 25 feet 8 inches long. The exterior height is 10, and then our interior width is 7 foot 6 inches, just over. But yeah, if you guys have any comments, questions, or concerns, I'd be happy to reach out to you. My contact information is here below, or you can give me a call at 970-388-7937. If you want a brochure or have any other questions on this unit or any other Winnebago products, I'd be happy to help you out. Have a great day.